We're gonna be going over the back squat, or like the barbell back squat. I got like a little PVC pipe to emulate a barbell because I'm outside. But we're gonna start from the ground up. So when you're setting your feet up, it's kind of about personal preference, but I like to go a little bit outside shoulder width. And then how we're gonna put our feet, you don't wanna have your feet straight like this. What I like to use or tell people is put your left foot at 11 and your right foot at 1 on a clock. So they're gonna tilt out at kind of 15 degrees. So it's gonna look like this. And we're gonna brace our feet against the ground like we're trying to tear a piece of paper. And it's gonna keep our knees out and engage the back of our legs. And then once you go to the middle, you wanna have your back like a neutral, you wanna have a neutral spine. So sometimes when people squat, or in high school, this is your head, this is your spine, they'll tell you to look at the ceiling, and it brings your chest up and kind of torques your lower back. So you end up looking like this. It's like if I'm gonna go down, they say, look up at the ceiling, and you end up doing this to a squat. And that's not good. That's usually because your core's weak and you don't know how to keep a neutral spine, or else you'll see kids dump the bar too low. But what you want to do is you want to keep just like a straight line. Not necessarily, you don't have to be at a 45-degree angle, but just keep your spine straight, not too far forward or too far back. Just brace your core and then just go down as far as you can go, and you're just gonna go back up. But if you're trying to practice, it might be hard to practice bracing and keeping your spine straight when you don't have any weight, because your body's just gonna tend to do what it wants to do. But when you get load on the bar, you really want to squeeze this and then try to go down in a controlled manner. And then at the bottom, people want to, so when you're at the bottom of the squat, some people don't go below parallel, just go parallel, go all the way to the ground. You really just gotta go what you're comfortable with. But when you go, when you get here, or say from the side, if you're here, you don't want to just shoot your hips up and then try to move the bar up with your back, because it's gonna put all the stress on your lower back. You want to go up at one time. So teaching people how to do this, you can tell them to pause at the bottom. And so we're gonna get here, and you want to stay here and then go up all at once when you have the weight on your back. That's going to keep your back safe, because I would say that's one of the most susceptible places for injury. People squat and they put too much load on their back, liable to get hurt, or their ankles and knees can't handle the weight. But the main thing is, the biggest thing I would say, if I'm teaching somebody how to do it, I would say toes at 11, or feet at 11 and 1, keep your knees out and keep a neutral spine and brace your core. Other than that, as far as depth goes, you just have to go with what you're comfortable with. Some people have limited ankle mobility, so that the back of their ankle isn't as flexible, and you'll see people bring their toes up or they can't sink all the way down. That's just that's something you'll have to work through as you get better at it. But overall, that's